Welcome to the Old Time Radio Superman Show. This is your host, Adam Graham, coming to you from Boise, Idaho. Well, last time we left our heroes, the Sidney Rycroft, British explorer, which we have been reminded about 25 times now, is a woman, rather than a man, which is totally shocking. Has basically disappeared literally in a magic trick. And now it's now it's up to Clark Kent to find her. So let's go ahead and listen in to The Black Pearl of Osiris, Part 2, here on the Old Time Radio Superman Show.
Presenting the transcription feature, Superman! Up in the sky! Look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman! And now, Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who came to Earth with physical powers far beyond those of ordinary men, and who fights a never-ending battle against crime and injustice, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. Assigned to the job of interviewing Sidney Rycroft, British explorer, who had come to America on a lecture tour, Clark Kent discovered the explorer to be a woman, not a man as he had thought. Miss Rycroft invited Kent and Jimmy to the theater that night to see the performance of a magician named Gambini. As his performance drew to a close, Gambini invited Miss Rycroft to come up on the stage and help him perform a trick of illusion. Placing her in a box, he sealed it and then caused it to disappear. Then, to the astonishment of Kent and Jimmy, Gambini said goodnight and walked off the stage without bringing back the vanished Miss Rycroft. As we join them now, Kent and Jimmy are on their way backstage to see what happened to Miss Rycroft and Gambini. Listen.
Gosh, we sure are the ones for getting into trouble. All we do is go up to see a Sidney Rycroft, a British explorer, to interview him for the paper. First of all, Sidney Rycroft turns out to be a woman, and then we discover that she's being pursued by some Egyptian fanatics,
Jimmy.
Egyptian fanatics, because she broke the seal of the tomb of Osiris. And now a magician makes her disappear and doesn't bring her back again. Gosh, I wish I was Superman or somebody like that, so I could keep up with all these things that happened to us.
You're doing all right. Well, here's the street. We'll go around to the stage door.
Okay. Gee, I don't know what you're hurrying for, Mr. Kent. Even if the great Gambini wanted to get away, he wouldn't be able to do it this quickly.
I'm just not taking any chances, Jim. Here's the stage door. Now to find out if my hunch about Miss Rycroft is right or not. The door seems to be locked. Well, we'll knock.
Funny. Nobody answers.
Well, we'll just keep knocking till someone does answer. I certainly can't understand this. Stage doors are usually open, and you don't have to...
Wait. The door's opening. Look. There's an old man standing there.
Yes? What do you want?
I want to see the great Gambini.
Who'd you say?
The great Gambini. The magician who played here tonight.
Now, just a minute, young fella. If this is some kind of a joke...
I don't see anything funny about it. I want to see
the great Gambini, yes, I know. I don't know who's kidding you, young fella. In case you don't know it, I'm telling you now. The great Gambini hasn't played this theater in 10 years.
What's he saying?
Last time the great Gambini played here was back in 1924, 25 thereabouts. Matter of fact, we ain't had a performance in this theater for nigh on 2 years.
Oh, you're out of your mind. Well, we just this minute saw the wind-up of his performance inside the theater.
Yeah, he put a friend of ours in a box, Miss Rycroft. Made her disappear, but he didn't make her come back again.
Yes, of course. Well, you'll probably find her on the moon. Good night to you.
Now, wait a minute, not so fast.
Stop holding that door.
The great Gambini is inside there, and I'm going to see him. Now, get out of my way. Come on, Jim.
Holy mackerel, Mr. Kent. What's the dust in here? This place looks as if it hasn't been used in years.
Well, what have I been telling you? This theater's been closed for 2 years almost.
Certainly looks like it, all right. Dust on these floors is an inch thick. Cobwebs all over the place.
Mr. Kent, are we going crazy? We did see the great Gambini, didn't we?
Wait a minute. There's something queer about all this, and I'm going to find out what it is. I'm telling you, we just came from inside the theater, and I can prove it. Come on.
Where to?
Out onto the stage. There'll be plenty of signs of a performance here tonight, and there'll be no doubting that we saw the great Gambini give a performance.
Yeah. Do you see what I see?
All those seats, hundreds of them, covered with dust and cobwebs. And the curtain we saw come down, all torn and tattered.
Mr. Kent, I'm getting scared. We did see the great Gambini.
Well, easy does it, Jimmy. You.
Yes? Are you convinced now that you're...
I want to see the dressing rooms in this theater. You can't convince me that Jimmy Olsen, Miss Sidney Rycroft, and myself didn't see the great Gambini here tonight.
I'm telling you...
You're telling me nothing. The dressing rooms, I want to see them. And I want to see them right now. Let's start.
Well, this is the last dressing room of the lot. Here, I'll open the door. Well, go ahead in. All yours.
Holy mackerel, Mr. Kent. This is just like all the other dressing rooms. All covered with dust and cobwebs. The man must be right, Mr. Kent. We must be wrong.
Yes, I guess we are wrong. Well, sorry to have troubled you. Come on, Jimmy, let's go.
I could have told you in the first place you wouldn't find nothing. I've been watchman here for nigh under 2 years, and I know there ain't been a performance here in all that time.
Yes. Well, good night.
What do we do now?
Jimmy, I want you to go back to the Daily Planet.
Without you?
Yes. I've got a little investigating to do, and I want to do it alone.
Oh, gee, Mr. Kent.
Do as I tell you, Jimmy.
Oh, okay. Well, when will you get back to the office?
I don't know. Now, scoot.
Okay. See you later.
All right. Hated to get rid of Jimmy, but I had to do it. Now, to go back into that theater...
As Superman. Can't seem to find a clue. Not a single clue. Why I'd expect to find one way up here on the balcony, I don't know. Funny. Whole theater darkened except for the light through that skylight. Dust all over the place. Dust and cobwebs. But I know I saw a performance here tonight. Gambini did make Miss Sidney Rycroft disappear into thin air. And that was a shock to begin with, discovering that Sidney Rycroft, the English explorer, was a woman and not a man. Well, I'd bet... Wait. Lights. Lights have gone up on the stage. Now, that's the funniest... That little old man, the one Jimmy and I were just talking to, is walking out onto the stage. I better watch this carefully. No, he's rapping on the stage floor with his knuckles. Something tells me... panel is sliding back in the floor of the stage. I'd better get down closer where I can see better and hear what's going on.
All right, boys. All's clear.
Did you get rid of that guy?
Sure, no trouble at all. Gambini's car's out in the back right now. Ready to bring the girl out. Everything okay?
Yeah, we got her gagged and tied up.
Good. All right, then. Make it snappy.
All right, you guys, let's get the girl out to the car. Take it easy. Shut up, sister. Nobody can hear you anyway.
You're wrong about that.
What the devil?
Who said that?
Look up there in the box, the guy in the red coat. Look, the girl down, you guys. Looks like we got a little job to take care of first.
You bet you have.
Holy jump. Did you see the leap that guy made?
From the box to the stage.
All right, you men, what's going on here?
Wouldn't you like to know? Ow! Me hand! I busted me hand!
Yes, and here's where I break your head.
Get him, you guys. Get him.
Come on, gentlemen. One down. Two down. Well, that's that. Now then, Miss Rycroft, we'll remove that very annoying gag from your mouth. There.
I don't know who you are, but I'm deeply grateful to you. We'd better get out of here.
Oh, no. Not before I question these men. There are a lot of questions that need answering.
Oh, they won't be able to tell you. They're just common hoodlums hired by Gambini. They don't know anything. Oh, please, let's get away from here.
Well, all right. Come on.
Thank you so much for what you've done, but who are you? Why are you dressed that way?
Never mind that. Not important. Now, perhaps I'd better see you to your hotel.
Oh, no. No, please. I'll be all right. I was caught off my guard tonight, and I can't explain, but I'll be all right from here on.
Well, I can't allow you to...
Oh, don't worry. I've got a gun, and I know how to use it. I'll get in a cab, and I'll be all right. Oh, wait. Would you do me another favor?
Why, of course.
There's a man named Clark Kent, a reporter on the Daily Planet. Would you telephone him, please, and tell him I'm safe and that he mustn't come to see me again?
Mustn't come to see you again.
That's right. Tell him to just forget about the interview and the story and everything.
Very well, I'll call him. Clark Kent, Daily Planet.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you again. Good night.
Will you excuse me, please?
Certainly, Mr. White.
Editor White speaking. Oh, hello, Lois. Oh, I don't know what's happened to Kent. I sent him out to interview Sidney Rycroft, the British explorer, and the next thing I know, Jimmy Olsen shows up here with a fantastic story about a woman disappearing in a theater that hadn't been used in years, and I don't know what else. What? I don't know, Lois. All I know is Kent better be able to explain all this, or he gets his walking papers tonight. Yes. Goodbye. Of all the idiotic...
Perhaps, Mr. White, the young man will explain everything, eh?
Well, I doubt it. It'll have to be pretty good. What a day. I spent most of it trying to get his blasted cowboy friend Tumbleweed Jones out of jail. I finally succeeded, and then...
Hello, Chief. Got to see you right away. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you had someone else with you.
Quite all right, Kent. Come in. Now, tell me, Kent, did you make out all right on the interview with Sidney Rycroft?
Well, that's the story. First thing I discovered was that Sidney Rycroft is a woman, not a man.
A woman, eh?
Yes. And then when
Kent,
we went...
I've had enough of this. If you can't attend to business, if you can't do your job as it should be done...
Wait a minute, Chief. Wait a minute. What are you driving at?
Trying to hoodwink me, are you? Well, I happen to know, Kent, that you spent the day gallivanting around town enjoying yourself.
What?
You never did go to see Sidney Rycroft for that interview, and I can prove it.
Oh, can you? Well, prove it then.
This gentleman sitting on my right, Mr. Kent. Permit me to introduce him to you. Mr. Kent, may I present Sidney Rycroft, the British explorer. Mr. Sidney Rycroft, Kent. Mr. Sidney Rycroft.
Well, Superman seems to be getting into another baffling mystery. What is the solution to the strange incident in the theater? Why did the beautiful English girl claim to be Sidney Rycroft? Be sure to hear the next episode of this thrilling and baffling mystery story with Superman.
And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman.
Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane!
It's Superman! Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine.
All right, well, welcome back. You know, this is for at one point here early in the episode, it was like, wait, hold on. There was this Twilight Zone or Superman. It's like, oh no, there was no theater here. And Jimmy Olsen, poor Jimmy. We must have been right. Must have imagined the whole show. Fell for the whole thing. And now we've got another Sidney Rycroft. And we have got quite a mystery on our hands. So, and this Sidney Rycroft is, not surprisingly and not scandalously, a man. So, we've got a big mystery to unravel here. And Clark Kent is in danger of losing his job. Because Perry White is a boss, he's all about, what have you done for me lately? And plus this is the Depression. He's like, hey, I can, still kind of going on in a minor way. United States not gotten fully into World War II. So he's like, hey, I can just, get rid of him and replace him with two other people pretty easily here. So, but we're going to unravel this, next week in part 3. I want to encourage you, if you got any thoughts, feel free to email me, adam@adamsweb.us. Check out our magazine store at lulu.com/lasersword. For now, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.